Hi, I wanted to show you how to calculate whether or not a company should make an investment using the net present value or NPV method. Here's an example. Let's say a risky $30,000 investment is expected to generate the following cash flows on the basis of their payback periods. And let's look at whether or not the ranking would make sense here. So the probability of receiving each cash flow is 70%, 80%, and 90%. So in year one, that $14,000 is 70% probability of receiving that. And it goes up every year. In year two, we have an 80% probability, and in year three, a 90%. If the firm's cost of capital is 12%, should they make the investment? So let's go ahead and use net present value to solve that. So the rate would be the firm's cost of capital here, which is 12%. So let's go ahead and set that up and put in 12% or 0.12. The value here then is going to be the expected amount times the probability. So we would put in here $14,000 times the 70%, which is 9,800. If you didn't have a probability, you could just put in the numbers of the expected cash flows. In year two, we've got, it looks like $15,750, and we'll multiply it times its 80% probability. And then in year three, $18,000 has a 90% probability. Alright, now let's calculate net present value. The way we do that, we go to Formulas, Financial, scroll down here to NPV. We're going to let Excel do all the work. So the rates, we've already filled that in. I like to use the cell reference, so we'll just come over here. It tells us it's pulling the number from C12, so if we need to make changes. Or you can go ahead and enter that in just as you did in the box. The value for number one is 9,800. Value for number two is 12,600. And if you didn't notice, when we added another value, it went ahead and added another one for us. So value 3 then comes right here. So let's go ahead and click OK. NPV 30,325. Well, we made a $30,000 investment, so let's subtract that. So we'll let, again, Excel do the calculating. 30,325 minus our $30,000 investment means, sorry, ignore that, means that we have $325.48. As you know, anything over a positive number would be accepted, so this would be a good investment for us. Thank you.